Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. It's been a pleasure to be here to discuss our topic. Imagine if you were one who was desperate to get insurance either for your family or even for yourself. However, you don't even know about the difference and even couldn't make a comparison in any aspect between these two. Moreover, regarding what Takaful is actually. Therefore, we are here in the most blissful forum, inshallah, to discuss and talk regarding the topic Takaful. I know that the topic seems broad, however, we will try to have a forum that explains one by one thoroughly. First and foremost, I would like to notify that all the speakers will give an explanation and talk about different aspects of the comparison. So without wasting our time, I would like to call our first speaker, Ms. ASYIQIN, to start our forum by giving a talk regarding what is Takaful.
Thank you, moderator. Assalamualaikum, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. I am very thrilled to be a panel in this forum today. So, for the first question from Ms. SYAZA, which is, what is Takaful? So, in general, Takaful is a type of Islamic insurance wherein members contribute money into a pool system to guarantee each other against loss or damages. The system is usually split into two types of coverage: General Takaful and also Family Takaful. What is General Takaful? General Takaful plans intended to meet the insurance needs of people and corporate bodies in connection to materialistic loss or damage done due to any catastrophic condition. Concept of General Takaful is, in this Takaful, participants pay their premium into the Takaful store as tabarruk. This will wipe out the components of all of Al-RAJHI and BIRS. That is, the member consents to give their premium to the reserve with a mission to different Takaful plans when in trouble. In this way, individuals convey the hazard and the Takaful administrator is just an overseer. Musyarakah, Mudarabah and Wakalah models can be actualized under this approach. For the most part, all the physical properties and resources are secured like home, car and buildings. Second, Family Takaful. Family Takaful provides benefits similar to life insurance. Family Takaful is a contract of tabarruk where non-zakat gift is made in customary interims to the wakaf fund by the members. Under this Takaful, all dangers related with human life are secured like handicap, ailment, including here and now and long-haul speculation needs. The scope of Takaful items offered falls into two classifications: hazard items that are accommodated the security of the members and speculation items with a component of hazard. This policy covers all risks associated with human life such as death, disability and illness through short-term and long-term investment needs. That will be all from me. Thank you.
Okay, such an amazing explanation from our first panel regarding the type of Takaful, and I hope that everything is clear and understandable for those who are questioning about it. As for now, we must move to our second panel, Ms. SYAZA, to talk in more depth about the differences between Takaful and conventional insurance, since both of them provide similar services but different in concept and so on. Ms. SYAZA, can you share further information as well as clarification about it?
Thank you, Zahra, our moderator for today. Thank you for asking me the question. Without wasting our time, I'm going to go straight to the point about the difference between Takaful and conventional insurance. Unlike conventional insurance, in which risk is transferred from the insured to the insurer, the Takaful insurance mutual risk is shared amongst the participants. Takaful operations are based upon the principle of mutuality, whereby each participant makes a donation to a Takaful fund. In the event of its loss, the participants will receive the amount of its claims. All investments managed by the Takaful operator are made in accordance with Sharia law. Those funds are managed by the Takaful operator on behalf of the participants, which will be beneficial to the participants. On top of that, unlike conventional insurance, the participants retain an ownership interest in the Takaful fund. Contribution from the participants are later invested into a halal or Sharia compliant fund to derive investment income. In the event when the fund generates a surplus, it is then shared among the participants and in some cases with the Takaful operator too. This creates a win-win situation for all participants. The Takaful operator will also have a Sharia advisory board who will monitor the activities of the operation in order to ensure that it's Sharia compliant. This involves consideration of all aspects of the operations. Takaful and conventional insurance companies share the same objectives, which is to provide protection to you, your loved ones, and your valuable possessions. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you to the second panel for giving a very clear explanation of the difference between Takaful and conventional. Then we move to the next panel with panel Miss Zahra on the next question, which is about last Takaful. Last Takaful, general Takaful, and hibah in Takaful. This is because these three things are often a question mark for many people about the difference between in life Takaful, general Takaful, and hibah in Takaful. So the question is, what do these three concepts means?
Okay, thank you, moderator, for asking me these questions. I think most of us already heard about life and general takaful, but do not know the differences between them. As for life takaful, it is a contract of tabarruk where non-zakat gift is made as customary in interims to the wakaf fund by the members. Under this takaful, all dangers related to human life are secured, like demise, handicap, and ailment, including here and now and long-haul speculation needs. The scope of takaful item offer falls into two classifications, which are hazard items and accommodation the security of the members, and speculation item with a component of hazard. The concept of life takaful is this item have a tendency to be normal reserve funds design where a member demonstrates his need to accomplish an objective singular amount by a predetermined time later on. Under this plan, the members pay their premium into the Takaful store. A bit of the premium is allocated only for funds and ventures, and the adjustment goes as tabarruk to develop safe like claims hall, emerited premium safe, and much more to coordinate costs and to pay for retakaful or reinsurance. This policy covers all risks associated with human life, namely death, disability, and illness through short-term and long-term investment needs. Other than that, there are various types of life takaful plan, namely the first one is term life takaful, which means if the life assured dies within a specific period, it provides payment of the sum assured on it. Next, as for the whole life takaful, this contract theoretically covers the issued and a level premium is payable for life, whereas endowment takaful itself provides endowment benefit at a retirement or in other cases of early death of the issuer, they are paid to the dependents. For a marriage plan, it is designed to fulfill a parent's needs for their children's marriage and education plan, specifically for the child's future financial needs for education. Meanwhile, for general takaful is intended to meet the insurance needs of people and corporate bodies in connection to materialistic loss or damage done due to any catastrophic condition. As for the concept of general takaful, participants pay their premium into the takaful store as a tabarruk. This will wipe out the components of all gara and bad. That is, the member consent to give their premium to the reserve with a mission to help their different members secure under different takaful plans when in trouble. In this way, the individuals convey the hazard and the takaful administrator is just an overseer. Musyarakah, mudarabah, and wakalah models can be actualized under this approach. For the most part, all the physical properties and resources are secured like home, car, and buildings. Apart from that, there are numerous types of product in general takaful, namely property takaful, which means this policy provides compensation in an event of damage to the property caused by fire, lightning, and explosion, and it applies to buildings, stock, machinery, and similar contexts, while for marine takaful, it compensates losses or damage to cargo or freight oil. For instance, vessels, aircraft, and road. The next one, motor takaful, which is applicable on damage to vehicle incurred as a result of any accident. For the miscellaneous general takaful, it is actually personalized and tailor-made with the corporate requirements. Okay, now I will explain about Hibah in Takaful. What does Hibah actually means for Takaful? Hibah literally translated as gift or legacy. Hibah means voluntary granting ownership of property from one person to another while the settler is still alive without asking for anything in return, and it is encouraged in Islam. Hence, people who will receive selected hibah upon their passing, which will not be distributed among the other legal heirs of the deceased. By naming your loved one as beneficiaries under conditional hibah, they will receive your death benefits without having to go through financial inheritance. I think that is all from me. Thank you.
So without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's continue this great flow of forum by having next question. So can I please have our panel, Mr. Faiz, to explain a little bit more regarding the risk management at individual level? Maybe you can clarify a bit more regarding this by giving us an example.
Okay, thank you for the question, moderator. So in response to your question, I will answer risk management at the individual level. As we all know, risk management is essential for individual in order to minimize and decrease their exposure to significant hazard. Risk management at individual level, also known as personal risk management, PRM. PRM is the process of applying risk management principle to the needs of individual consumer. It is the process of identifying, measuring, and treating personal risk, including but not limited to insurance, followed by implementing the treatment plan and monitoring change over time. The risk management process for individual is complex given the variety of potential risks that may be experienced over the life cycle and the different that exist across household. Key concepts related to the risk management and individual include the following below. The first thing is the two primary asset type for most individual can be described broadly as human capital and financial capital. And also human capital is the net present value of the individual future expected labor income, whereas financial capital consists of asset currently owned by the individual. Second is economic net worth is an extension of traditional balance sheet net worth that include claim to the future asset that can be used for consumption, such as human capital as well as the present value of pension benefits. The third is key step in the risk management process for individual is specify the objective, identify risk, evaluate risk, and select appropriate method to manage the risk, and also monitor outcome, risk exposure, and make appropriate adjustment in methods. The last one is earning risk refer to the risk associated with the earning potential of an individual that is even that could negatively affect someone's human and financial capital. I think that's all.
Okay, very well explanation, Mr. Faiz, regarding risk management at individual level, and hopefully all the viewers can understand as well as knowing more about it. Since we are currently in the middle of discussing this topic, I think that others might feel curious about what is actually the contribution to Islamic risk management system and Takaful industry. To all the panelists, feel free to give your point of view or ideas.
May I go first? So, first contribution that I thought could be used in Islamic risk management system and Takaful industries is the awareness regarding them should be increased. Takaful has been offered in Malaysia since 1984. Its awareness seems to be low. Takaful operators should enhance their marketing strategy and simplify the product features to capture the untouched market. In addition to this, religion is the most important factor that changes the mind of the consumer. Takaful operators should create an awareness among Malaysian consumers regarding Takaful products to penetrate the market. Education is one of the ways to uplift the society and to disseminate the knowledge to decide what is right or wrong and what is suitable or not. It is not in the country's better interest if the public is lacking education. In order to help people understand the purpose and benefits of Takaful, education should be the first step. Thus, the government must seriously consider the education of the young generation. Education makes People think rationally and decide logically. If we were to go and compare two products, they would go for the products which are ethical, provided that all the benefits and costs are similar. Education changes the mindset of people and encourages them to think outside the box. Most educated people realize the importance of ethicality, justice, corporate and social responsibility, which are some of the most important reasons why they demand takaful. This indicates that the potential demand for takaful will be high, at least on the foundation of ethics. There we go.
Okay, thank you, Miss ASYIQIN. Therefore, I'm going to go for the second contribution. Okay, the second contribution that I thought could be used for the topic regarding Islamic risk management system and takaful industry is in line with Sharia requirement and the concept of takaful. Risk management practice and management of a takaful operator should be better off than a conventional insurance operator. Protection that is in accordance with Makasih Syariah needs to be integrated into the Islamic finance activities. Takaful operators need to be proactive in managing their risk as part of good governance and best practice code. Self-regulation is needed rather than depending on regulatory requirement. As risk is an ongoing process, everyone should know that, continuous development of knowledge is required in order to understand and manage the risk effectively. Irrespective of the business model adopted by the takaful operators, either mudharabah or wakalah or hybrid, the risk management will be the same since the basis is Sharia. Although it is arguable that the Islamic financial system, including takaful, has had a significant impact on the economics for the past 3 decades, a small impact is better than nothing. Since we are living under constraints, which is dual economic system, it is at least a sign of a change to ensure that we are working towards changing the mind of the society in general and Muslims in particular. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, I think the suggestion that could be contribute the Islamic risk management and takaful industry is the first thing is takaful operator must ensure that all their concept, mechanism, material and marketing activities must be accordance with Sharia principle. It is very important to ensure that the image of Islamic financial institution will stay clean in the eyes of technology. Means in the eyes of technology. Okay. The second is takaful companies need to promote the benefit of takaful product aggressively together with government initiative in infusing high Islamic value among Muslim consumers, especially to the generation Y, which means young generation. The third is marketing agent must be able to explain the features of a product so that it will be clearly understood by customer in order for the customer to feel that they have been treated fairly. The principle behind treating customer fairly is basically to avoid fraud, to ensure fair item and condition, and also to not to restrict customer freedom of choice. Has been explicated. The customer is an important asset to the business industry. And number 4 is the banking institution are required to raise minimum capital requirement and hold a capital buffer. The issue of capital framework and liquidity standard is central to adopting the Basel III. Serious and sustained effort are needed to find the applicability which is specific to country and market. And the last, I think, is Islamic risk management must be equipped with the required capacity and infrastructure to the capture the respective risk week and assign a appropriate amount of regulatory capital at each of the different stage of Islamic financial transaction. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Faiz. Last but not least, another contribution to the Islamic risk management system and takaful that we should that we should avoid as well as maintain any prohibited element in the takaful contract, which is gambling, meaning that takaful contract should not be aimed at getting a huge advantages and at the cost of others. Rather, participants should have sincere intention of helping each other in case of loss or catastrophe from a joint fund. The situation is also appropriate and consistent with the basic principles of takaful, in which the risk is shared, or if one of the participants suffer a loss and contribution from other participants are considered hibah. To ensure the concept's continuity, takaful management must provide more in-depth exposure and broaden the level of knowledge of takaful participants prior to entering into takaful contract. If the issue is taken seriously and made public, it will have an impact not only on takaful participant but also on the takaful business itself, because it will be able to maintain its Islamic identity in the long run and better continue until the end. I think that is the end of the topic regarding the contribution to the Islamic risk management system and takaful. Plus, we already listened to the point of view of our super panels, and it is slowly ingrained in our minds as well as applied in daily life. That's all from me.
In conclusion, there has been a strong discussion about takaful in our forum today. I hope that all viewers and participants gain knowledge and information from this forum. I can see that this forum have been going quite smoothly, and a big thanks to everyone for participating. With that, may I have everyone to smile for a picture together? Ready? 1, 2, 3. With the end of participating, with the end of the picture taking, that will be all from our group 6. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.